It makes sense, right? That to achieve that extraordinary life, you would have to be able to withstand extraordinary things. If you feel like it looks like I'm in a different place than normal, then you're right. A new chapter in my life has begun. 1 week ago today, me and my roommate moved into a new apartment. I really love the last apartment that we lived in. That being said, it's a little bit of a long story. When we originally moved to that apartment, we moved into one of their cheapest units, right? It was on the first floor. During hurricane season, we dealt with flooding issues. When it would rain a ton, water would come in and flood kind of halfway through the apartment. What we did when that happened is that we trained a ChatGPT to be an expert lawyer. We gave it our lease agreement and documents of the flooding and all of these different things. It went through it, crafted us a very good email to kind of put us in a better situation. We sent that out and we're actually a little nervous because we were like low-key going hard on them. So we were like, wait a minute, are we idiots? Why did we just send that? But came back pretty good news. They actually moved us to the unit that we were in for the rest of the year, which was a much bigger unit. So they moved us there and kept our same rate as our current unit. So we were living in the nicer, bigger unit for a cheaper price almost that entire year. Not only that, but they also paid up to $1,000 for a moving company to move it over and also paid half of our electric bill. So this is your sign. Don't ever let people get one over on you, and use ChatGPT when you can. One thing we forgot to include though was the next year's plan. And you know, I wasn't focused on the next year. Who knew if we would even be there, anything like that. So our unit that we were in is going up about $300. And since we didn't negotiate that up front, there was nothing that we could do at that time. And me and my roommate were not in the position to pay $300 more in rent when it was already a little bit outside of our means, right? We're both trying to, you know, get our businesses going and everything. We're in that grind mode. Things haven't been going amazing for either of us. But we're definitely on the right path. So we're taking this as a little bit of a reset. This place isn't near as nice when it comes to, you know, the aesthetic of the construction. You know, it's got carpet, it's got popcorn ceilings, it's got textured walls. The last place had level 5 drywall. You know, there's a ton of just small imperfection. It has that ugly old Florida tile in the living room and bathrooms. It's a huge downgrade from where we were before. Even I gotta be careful saying that now though, because what you repeat with your mouth becomes cemented in your brain. A little side note to that addition is that that's something I'm really trying to watch right now. The words that are coming from my tongue. Because what we say, we believe, right? And I believe that the rut that I was in for a long time, a lot of that was coming from what I was telling myself, right? And like I said, the more you repeat it, the more cemented in your mindset it is. And then a bigger reversal you're gonna have to do. So right now I'm really trying to watch what I'm telling myself, because words are also manifestation, and we are all always manifesting, whether it's moving forward or moving backward, subconsciously or consciously, we're all manifesting. Back to the story though, the first couple days here were really hard, to be honest. I was living in that negative mindset. All I was seeing is how this place was worse here, worse here, worse here. I was seeing all the bad in it, right? But downgrade is just a perception. And something my dad has really been reminding me lately is everything is how you perceive it. So for the past 5 days, instead of trying to see the negative everywhere, what I've been trying to do is trying to see the positive everywhere, seeing how this can actually be an upgrade, how we can use this as a reset to propel us to where we really want to go. Since focusing on that, there's been so many things about this place that I've started to realize, like, oh, I really like that. The last place didn't have that. I really like that. My YouTube plans, I love YouTube, and I know that it's gonna play a significant role in my journey right now. So my plan right now is to film one kind of weekly vlog that kind of spreads throughout multiple days in the week at least. Shows you what I'm going through, what's working, what's not working, more documentary style, right? and then 2 videos a week that are home service value based, right? So there may be some of you that want to see both of those videos. There may be some of you that only want to see the vlog documentary style and you don't care too much about home service content, and vice versa, right? Regardless, there's gonna be content for both types of people. If there's anything that you guys wanna see specifically, comment it down below and I'll work on it. All right, so we had a handyman job scheduled today for 10 a.m., but I woke up a little bit later. I woke up at 8. I'm trying to wake up at 7 a.m. consistently right now, but for some reason my alarm didn't go off. But my body naturally woke up at 8, which is progress. I'm trying to reset that, So I'm gonna see if I can push my job back to 12. That way I can go get a workout in first. Hitting an arm workout right now. There's a lot of people in here. Didn't want to film too much, especially with the older people who don't really understand cameras. I don't want to get in trouble and then not be able to film in here ever again. But everyone just left. No one's in here right now, so I thought it'd be a good time to turn it on, talk a little bit. Funny enough, there's actually 2 different gyms here. One's really nice. It's across the street. This is the not very nice one, but it actually has a lot of good equipment everywhere. So it'd be nice. I kind of been going back and forth between the 2, figuring out which one I like more. It'll probably depend on the days, what I'm hitting, because, this gym's better for some things, that gym is better for other things, but I'll definitely have to show you guys that one, and it's right next to the pool, and it's pretty sweet. It's kind of like a Mediterranean architecture around there. Now that we're all settled into the new place, I really want to dial in my workouts, my diet, everything, and just take it to the next level. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of being, overweight, weighing too much. I'm sick and tired of it. It's affecting my life in so many different ways. And I'm just tired of it, I'm tired of the same old bullshit with myself. You know what I mean? And we all have those things, we all have them. But this is one of them for me, and I'm just sick and I'm fucking tired of it. One thing that I've heard is that there's never gonna be an easier time to get in shape. I think Alex Hormozy said that. As you go on through life, you collect problems, you collect responsibilities. There's never gonna be an easier time than right now. So if I can't do it right now, I might as well be comfortable with the fact that I'll never get to the point of looking really good in my whole entire life. And when I think about that, I'm not okay with that. So I gotta make it happen now. The craziest thing is that getting in really good shape, getting visible abs, things of that nature, that is almost more important than making money is right now, because making money only serves a set amount of problems, but getting in really good shape and looking good, feeling good, that solves almost every single area in my life. If I'm healthier, fitter, I look better, I will feel better. And if I feel better, I'll be able to make more money because I'll bring myself into situations differently with more confidence. I will just be feeling about myself better, so I'll be able to give a better energy to the world. And in return, receive more from the world. I'll show up to relationships better. Getting fit will help my whole entire life. I've known all that for so long, and that's why it makes it even more frustrating that I haven't been able to make it happen. I haven't been able to reach the point that I want to reach with my health. And obviously, it's something that other people struggle with as well. That's why we have so much obesity in our country. So if it's something you've struggled with and you've gotten any tips or anything, comment it down below. But honestly, through my trials with this over the past few years, and honestly, over the past 6 years since I've been working out, I think the one thing that I've learned is you just have to do it. There's no way around it. You just have to do it. You have to decide you want it enough, and you have to be consistent for a long enough period, and that's where I failed. I'll be consistent 6 days, fail the 7th, go way over on my calories, and that will negate the whole week of the deficit that I did have, right? So I figured out there really is no magical key. It's just doing it and sticking with it and being ultra consistent. And maybe that's not something I'm great at, but maybe if I can push through this, learn how to be extremely consistent with my diet and in the gym and get the results that I want here, maybe that's exactly what I need in every other area of my life. Maybe building the consistency in the gym is gonna teach me how to build consistency in my business and result in making more money. One thing I do really love here, guys, is all of the nature all around me. Look what I'm about to walk up onto. Hey guys. And then all of these trees, the little pond, little tiki dock thing over there. There's tons of turtles in there, different kinds of birds. It's crazy, squirrels everywhere. All of these beautiful trees. Really reminds me of one of my apartments I had in Colorado with all the nature. I just think it's beautiful. I just finished up that job. When I was going in there, you know, I was under the assumption it was just gonna be 3 to 4 smoke detectors that I was replacing, and it ended up being a total of 7. So that was really awesome. That's an example of, you know, how it can go sometimes. Sometimes you end up getting a lot more work than you even initially thought, you know. If you guys want to learn how I make hundreds of dollars like that every single hour, how to find the leads, how to close the leads, how to quote them, all of these different things, that's exactly what I started the Tradesman Society for, to help people who wanted to change their financial future and start a home service company and do it and get paid fast. It's only $1 to join, and you can easily 1000x your money within a month. How many other things can do that? I really wanted to have a really big week this week, make a ton of money. There's a lot of things that I'm trying to take care of right now, you know, moving, there's a lot of expenses. Still got debt I'm trying to pay off. I'm just been struggling with money. Even though I do make a decent amount of money, it can still be super hard. And for people who, you know, struggle financially, you know, you understand how big of a toll that takes on your mind. And it's something that I've really been fighting for the past few years, you know, and I'm constantly trying to work my way out of it and haven't been able to get there yet. And like I said, I needed to have a big week this week, you know, to pay for different things that are going on. And so far it hasn't gone as I had hoped. You know, today was great, got another job tomorrow morning, great. But haven't been getting as much work, you know, money as I would have hoped this week. And that seems like a very common thing that I've been going through for the past couple years. And what I'm trying to do now that's different is I'm trying to rewire my mindset when I'm enduring those hardships. So we're trying to reframe it. Instead of letting hardships get me down and then cause me to, you know, sit there and not actually be taking any action towards what I want, I'm learning how to be grateful for the hardships, you know. I'm starting to, and it's hard because, you know, all of these things, all of these different mindset hacks, all these different things, I had always known. But when something is causing you to get in a rut and you're going down a bad path, it snowballs, right? It snowballs, and then there's negative self-talk and, you know, what you say out your mouth, you believe, and all this stuff over time can really negatively affect you, and you're not thinking or seeing clearly, and that's causing you to not remember these things that you know or things that you had in your toolbox, right? And so now I'm starting to remember certain things, you know, and like little quotes like Hermosi said on a podcast with Chris Williamson was, the bigger the monster, the more epic the hero. And I wrote that down on my whiteboard because I really love that, you know. I do really believe that it's true that for the past 2 years, I feel like I've been going through hell. Somehow I'm still standing, barely, I don't know, but it feels like I've been going through hell. And I'm learning how to be more grateful for those hardships now because I know that the hardships that I'm going through are exactly what I need to live the life that I want. It makes sense, right? That to achieve that extraordinary life, you would have to be able to withstand extraordinary things. And so every single day, I'm changing with every single hardship into the man that I'm supposed to be, into the man that I want to be, and the life that I want to live. So don't get me wrong, I'm not now, you know, like when I deal with hard things, like, oh my God, thank you so much, this is amazing. Nah, that shit still fucking sucks, dude. It sucks, all right? Like, but you gotta find a way to be semi-grateful for it at the same time. And it may be true that, you know, going through life through hardships with gratitude and choosing to see the positive perspective may not directly, you know, bring things into your life in return for that, right? But I think it's about the positive self-talk and the mindset, which is manifesting. And I do believe that manifesting is real. Because if you're going into the world with a positive energy and you're giving out positive energy, you are going to get more of that in return. All right, it is Saturday now. We're at that big paint job that I was telling you guys about, around 1.5K profit. We're here right now. I want to take you through it real quick. This is the entrance room right here. You can pan, show them a little bit. Basically just doing an interior paint on all the walls. So you can see this accent strip that's going across right here. Across the room. We're gonna take this off, patch it, paint all the walls, and then basically just this big hallway right here. It's a little more difficult than it seems because there's so much trim, all of these different doors and everything. Creates a lot of prep work, painting, caulking, and everything. But yeah, all the walls on this hallway, little like divot back here, but that's it, guys. So super excited that we got this job. I got Will behind the cam today. Helped me with tons of different content. Also might help paint a little bit. So this is fun because I haven't had one of these in a while. Super fun when you can just, you know, have a big job to yourself. You know, the office, this is a chiropractic clinic. Shout out Mary Beth, Dr. Mary Beth in Brandon, Florida.
Yo, give him a sub. They're trying to get to 100K.
Yeah, she's at like 75K, so it's pretty cool what she's doing. But yeah, and, you know, no one's here, so it's gonna be a fun day. Blast music, just get to painting and making really good money. We also just found out that she did come from an Instagram ad that we ran for a total of $100 at $20 a day for 5 days. And she came from that. So we thought we didn't get any leads from it, but we did, which is this job. And this job that we're doing today is really less than half of the total project. She's gonna be hiring me to come back to do all of the trim, doors, and everything, which is gonna be a little bit more profit than what we're even doing today. Chiropractic clinic. We finished a whole interior paint job. Show this room real quick. It looks so much better. I'm a lover of white paint. I don't really like anything else. The white just makes everything feel clean. It feels completely transformed. It looks so good. Super happy with how it turned out. It took way longer than I did expect. Technically 10-hour day, but we didn't really get started until 2 hours in because we were working on some content. So really only 8 hours of labor for over $1,500 in profit. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. Super grateful for the man behind the cam who helped out today. I'm just grateful that we got this job and I'm excited to keep doing more. If you want to learn, like I said, how to do this, you know, how to find leads, how to send estimates, how to close them, you know, how to communicate with them in a way that will make them want to go with you. Those are all the things that I include in the Tradesman Society, and you get one-on-one access to me to ask any questions that you may have. So if you're interested, it's just $1, so click the link in the description and check it out.